Hello! Here we are again, another year later. Today is my birthday. 70 something. It is the third year I've sat here on my own, with nobody, no cards, no presents. I think I must have undergone a three-year initiation. Most initiations are 3, 5 or 10, so I think I've been through 3 absolute hellish years. I think if it hadn't been for doing my videos I would have lost it, because doing my videos has saved my sanity. It's something to do once a week. I'm talking to people and I'm expressing, it feels like it was it had to be like some part of the initiation, because for many years I've been talking to people in pubs and pubs and restaurants. So this is like another training session, I think, of actually communicating. So I wasn't quite sure what. I didn't plan anything because I'm not very wise, I've got a huge Pluto transit. Anyone's into astrology, you may as well give out Pluto. It's opposite my natal, so it's the same position as when I was born, and that wasn't a good time. I was a walk-in. I've done a video on a walk-in. I'll have to do another one for you. That means I didn't get here till the body was 7 years old. So yes, all in all, it's a bit of a confusing time really, and I think I've hung in there, and I think I've achieved something fantastic. I've learned 2 very important things. I've been through a couple of weeks of absolute hell. I really thought I was losing my mind at one point. I won't go into it, but I was quite frightened. I didn't know what to do. I thought, well, shall I call the doctor? I know he won't know what to do. I'll just have to ride it out and take my homeopathy and pray and all the stuff. So I've come through it, and I think today was kind of almost like the completion of a cycle. It feels very strange, but inwardly it feels like you've done the 3 years, now you can move forward. Hopefully I've learned a lot about letting go. Letting go isn't what you think it is actually, and it's something quite different. But I've also learned stuff about my daughter, and my friend, the computer friend, acquaintance, whatever, he's come up trumps. I mean, he's really, I don't know what I'd do without him. Many years ago, I was told by someone there'd always be one. I've had a hell of a life, as you know, but there'd always be one to rescue me, and I think he's the one at the moment standing in for me. Well, rescuing me. He turned up a couple of days ago, day before my birthday, with a huge bouquet of flowers. I mean, they were absolutely beautiful, and a birthday card. Now it's very, very, very sincere and welcoming, because it's not like, oh, I've mentioned it all before, but it was so sincere and so unexpected. He'd come to do some work on my computer actually, and these flowers were magnificent, and a card as well, so sweet and kind and lovely. It kind of, well, it did make my whole day actually, because it was a day before the birthday, St George's Day. So I got the flowers and the card, and it was lovely. I was really, really, really pleased, and cared for in a strange sort of way. I think it's probably the Christ presence. Sometimes we have one person that's our Christ, we have exchanges with, although he's fairly spiritual, but we don't talk about stuff, but he obviously is there for me at important times. So that was the day before my birthday, and then I was the 23rd, or 24th was the day before my birthday, and I was very quiet going through this transit, which I thought I'm never going to get through it. It was really quite frightening in places, so I wasn't quite sure what to expect for my birthday. I thought I'd go out for a coffee or something, but I had this little card, very little card from my daughter. Now, as you know from the sagas I've talked about from time to time, she let me go. 3 years ago I sat here on my birthday, my very special birthday, with nothing, no card, no email, no phone call, nothing. And I did write to her eventually. She said, are you going to send me some flowers? She said, oh no, the one I sent you in March for Mother's Day was for the same reason, I couldn't believe it. So anyway, that was 3 years ago, and since then it's been, well, she's gone. Daughter will leave mother, as we were told. So I wasn't expecting anything. So when this card arrived in time with her handwriting, Well, some of you might understand as mothers or fathers even that you want to get excited but you daren't. I thought I had a card. You see, I put too much on the girl. That's the trouble. And this little card came. I thought, how lovely, she sent me a card, and I saved it until this morning. I thought, I'm not going to get worrying or be excited. I'll just try and keep. This is an emotional trip, isn't it? Trying to keep neutral, not to this and not to that, and trying to just keep centered and focused. It was just a card that came from my daughter. Well, 5 o'clock this morning, I had to open it. I woke up and thought, I can't wait till the morning, and I was very sort of, let me be safe sort of thing before I open it. I know it sounds a bit dramatic, but you don't know what I've been through with that girl. Anyway, I opened it. Dear little card, very sweet, wishing you happy birthday, a bit of writing. And out fell the letter. Now this may sound very strange, but it's a letter I wrote to her a few weeks ago. I had this feeling, I don't send emails, I don't write, I don't do anything, but this feeling came over me that I'm obviously getting older. I don't know how long I've got to go, none of us do really, but I am a bit older than most of you. And I thought I really should write and just put down the situation really. I mean, she's a doctor of psychology. She teaches mindfulness, she's a therapist, but somehow she and I forget it. So I was very careful with this letter. I put a lot of thought into, a lot of love into it. I prayed on it. I asked, is it okay? I took all the precautions of this letter not arriving or not meaning what I meant it to say. It was just acknowledging her really, saying how I understood what she felt when she was a child and da da da. I thought it was a really sweet letter. There was no justifications, no accusations. It was just a straightforward letter from Mum really, saying how much I valued her and stuff like that I'd never really said. I think I was perhaps feeling a bit guilty. I have been a very good mother. Well, I've been a practical mother, but not a warm, cuddly mother, which is what she really wanted, and I wasn't there a lot of the time because I was in a mess. So I was kind of trying to convey that I really valued her in this letter. So when it fell out, I thought, I knew it was mine because it was all typewritten, an A4 page. All these comments all over it, bits crossed out, and I thought, I daren't. I dropped it quickly like a hot brick. I thought, I daren't go there. I'm not on my birthday. I daren't go through this letter and looked at what she had done. You see, she's a psychologist and she thinks I'm her client, and she went through the whole thing, crossing out this and underlining that and little comment. I couldn't believe it. I thought, this is a letter from me, her mum, to be nice to her, and she's seen it as something totally different. I think she's seen it as a criticism, or I don't know what she's seen. So I dropped this letter pretty quickly, thinking I can't go there today. I haven't even opened the card probably. There's a little note there from my granddaughter. So if it hadn't been for my friend Lee's flowers, I wouldn't have got through the day. I went and sat by the flowers, and I thought, he cares. And a lot of people do care. It's just this particular relationship is never going to, it is now, I realise, and that's one of the things I realise, it is never ever going to be okay. Look at the time. It's never going to be okay, and I have learned today, probably for the first time, I really have got to get the message that I must stop trying to make it okay. She doesn't want it. She doesn't want it to be okay. And it's just one of those things that, and it happens a lot for mums and dads, that we have to accept that they don't want us anymore. She's 50-something. She doesn't want a mum. Nice as I am, and lovely as I am, she doesn't want it. And it's very, very hard to accept that. And I realise I keep on, why did I send the letter? I don't know why I sent it. I'm still analysing that. I sent it with sincerity from my heart, with lots of prayers and all the stuff, It wasn't, there wasn't anything, I feel sure, in there that could have upset her, but she wanted it to. She wanted another go at the, what's the name, the fire. Let's put some more sticks on the fire, rather than accepting it as a token of forgiveness or whatever, I don't know. She just could not leave it at that. She had to poke about. So that's something I am working on. I really have got to not try again, to not contact her, to not even think about her unless I, although we are told to love our enemies, and I do love her obviously, but that was the first thing, and the last thing I thought, that is it. That is the final letting go. Very hard. The second thing is, the Pluto is a planet. You might know about Pluto. It's a weird planet. It's the outermost planet, and it's a planet of transformation. It's about death, letting go. It's a really nasty planet actually, although it is good for us in the end. So wherever Pluto is, that's where your most powerful planet is. And of course my daughter's a Pluto person. She's a Scorpio. There you go. And I thought this weekend there's going to be a Pluto lesson, and of course she's it. I'm always amazed at the synchronicity of how things happen in the spirit world, things that come along, the exact timing. I thought this weekend I've got a moon on Pluto. Moon is feminine. I thought there's going to be something. Would it be Kirsty? Let her, the exact day it happened. So this is my Pluto lesson. And I've been through hell over this because I've had so many weird things happen all my life, really. I still don't fully understand. And I've been going through such a difficult time. I thought, well, what more could I do? And I was lying on my bed. I go to bed a lot to do my processing. What is this all about? Why am I still having a hell of a time with people and places and things? What more can I do? What more do I have to let go of? There is nothing. I haven't got anything. I haven't got a home, a friend, a family. The car's mine. That's about it. So what I said to God, what do you want from me? Which is silly because God doesn't want anything. I watched Maharaji the other day on the internet, my favourite spiritual master, who gives little videos. If you want to try and get into Maharaji, his talks are fantastic. And he was saying something there that made me think that you are unique. You are the only person, and you are a portion of God. You're carrying God. You've got God in you. Carry it forward, and what a gift. That's a birthday gift, isn't it? So I was asking this question. I found when I go over, I've got to hurry up. I was asking this question, what more do I have to do to feel right about myself, to feel, me again, to feel loved and honoured and all the stuff, a really deep question. And suddenly it came to me, let go of your ego. Now, I don't know what the ego is. Does anybody? We hear it so often. Ego, there's the let go of the ego. What does it mean? What does it mean? It's part of me. And I suddenly got that thought. I don't know whether one of the spirits said to me or whatever thought, I thought, it's the negative part of me. And I'm pretty negative at times. You wouldn't know my thought process. I'm pretty horrendous. Well, I'm an old lady. I've had a long time at it. And I thought, yes, looking back, this thing with my daughter is an ego thing. Why did I write? What am I trying to do? Why couldn't I just have left it? So that was a kind of ego misdirection in a way, doing what it thought was best, but it wasn't. It wasn't the best. And looking back over my life, there are things that have happened. I mean, I could write several books. You would not believe. Well, we've all had experiences of this, but so I'm thinking, well, what has caused that? I say, what has caused it? Have I caused it? Is spirit caused it? Have I got a curse on me? All these things. I thought, no, hang on. It's my negative side that's causing it, which is so against the God bit, which is the positive, the goodness, the joy, the happiness, all that, which I tend not to get into too much because the other side is taking too big of a part. Does that make sense? Oh, but it's a difficult thing to explain because it's my personal experience. But basically, I doubt a lot. I say it's not going to happen. I don't. All the negatives. I know I do it. I know I'm doing it. And I say, stop it, But this other part has been so entrenched and so big in all of my life that it's got a real hold. So having that sudden realisation that I can change it, I can, and also recognising it. Do you know the story of Rumplestiltskin? in the hair, the girl that was weaving in the top of the top towers, she was weaving, and the little spirit, little elf, kept her prisoner, and she got fed up, and he wouldn't tell her his name. He wouldn't tell her. She kept asking, "What's your name?" and he wouldn't tell her. One day, quite by chance, she found out, and she said it to him, and that was it. The spell was broken. And I think this is a bit like a spell, but suddenly I've got this tremendous insight that that's what it means. And this, for me, that's the Pluto gift. So I've run out of steam. That's the way it is. I just want to pass that on because it's worth looking at. It isn't about letting go of people, it's about letting go of ourselves and our negative thinking and all that stuff, you know, letting go of that, and everything else falls into place. You don't keep creating negative experiences. I expect some of you know all this, and I'm chicken, what is it, the mother to chicken to eat eggs, what is it, suck eggs. So anyway, I just wanted to tell you about it because it's my birthday treat for me. I'm going to go off now. I've got a new mouse with a wire on it, so I haven't got to worry about all the banging. Take care, my darlings. God bless.